Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to KW Mike Upstate. I'm your host, KT Temple, and I'm here with one of our amazing PC coaches, Angela Moser. How's it going, bud?
It's going. Happy to be here.
Thanks for coming onto the show. We heard amazing things about your PC group that you guys have, and when I came to visit, there's only 100 agents at the market center, and there was about
hmm
20 people in the room that I went to. So that means 20% of the room, of the office, was in the room with Angela, and that just stood out to me. So I really wanted to have her on the show to kind of spotlight what she's doing in that group that's become so successful, and she's grown a couple cappers along the way too. So before we get started with that, Angela, tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
So, I I've been a real estate agent for about 10 years. I got into real estate. I think a common story that happens. I tried to do it for sale by owner by myself, sell my own house. I was like, yeah, it can't be that hard. It was super hard. I learned so much, and then in doing that, we decided to purchase with an agent, and I just fell in love with the entire process of the transaction, of the search, of the emotion, the excitement, everything that goes into it. So I got into it, and it's been the vehicle to let me do all the other things that I love in life. I like to go hiking. I'm super outdoorsy. I have two kids, a husband, two dogs, bunch of chickens, some ducks. So it's been something that I've been able to um be present in the other areas of my life. Like I am able to manipulate my schedule so I don't miss my kids' special events and stuff like that. So yeah, I kind of just landed here. I feel like the universe brought me to this path. Like I was like, oh yeah, I could totally do this without any knowledge. And then the universe was like, so you're gonna get all the knowledge and then you're gonna share it with everyone.
Get ready to drink out of
So
a fire hose.
yeah. So
And if
it's kind
you
of
guys
just
that are listening can't see it, there's definitely taxidermy above her head too, which I feel is like
yeah.
very upstate New York.
Absolutely. We've got Fisher cats, we've got mule deer, we've got elk, bear, all the things. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you went from an agent into the coaching
Mhm.
position. What drew you to that coaching position at the market center?
So it actually, when my OP and my team leader had come to me with it, I was like, no, no, thank you. Like, I'm good over here on my island. I don't even know anything about real estate. I don't think that that's a good fit. And then they were like, no, 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 I think you should at least give it a try. I think that you definitely have something to bring. So I was like, oh, I'll give it a try. And then I feel like I found my place. Like I absolutely love the camaraderie that comes with new agents. Like they come in and they just want to soak everything that you have up. And I think it's a funny transition from agent to PC coach, because it's like your clients sometimes, like, they come to you but they don't think you know everything, so they like know better than you, so they're like looking to come at you with something. And the agents, they come like looking for information. They know you have what they need, and to be able to fill that is just, it's amazing.
And I've worked with a lot of
um
new agents in my time, and it's true that most people they get this license to sell real estate, and then they go, "What the heck am I supposed to be doing?" They're just looking for a compass of some sort to kind of guide them in the right way. And as you know, there's so much you can be doing, but there's very few things you should be doing. And
mhm.
you can waste a bunch of time. Like I always feel bad for the agents that come to me and they go, "Hey, check out my website. I spent a week on it." And I go, "Yay! Who's gonna see it?" They're like, "I don't know." Are people going to see it
But it's
now that I spent
awesome.
all this time on it? I go, no, no, no one's going to see it. We need to work on your social media. So
Mm.
it's so great to have, like, in the KW ecosystem, to have that coach to say, here's what you should be doing. Here's how you should be spending your time.
Yeah, it's amazing. So I started at a different brokerage. And my first year, I had no idea what I was doing. I went to the office, no one was there. I was answering the phone and sending them, like, the clients to the agents who had big businesses already. And I got like 6, 7 months in, and I was like, this isn't working. Like, I don't think that this is for me. I'm not cut out for this. And a KW agent had asked me to grab some coffee with them, and they were like, "Hey, I think that you could really be a great agent. You just need the tools." And my brokerage has the tools if you want to come talk with them. And it, that was it. I came to KW. I went into the productivity coaching program myself. I had other agents who were helping mentor me, and then it all just happened. Like you said, I was doing the things that you're supposed to be doing and not focusing on all the other craziness that happens, of like your website, and you've got to do all these dumb things that are nobody cares about at all except other real estate agents. And I stopped doing that, and I started, digging into my database, telling people I was in real estate, because you have to do that apparently. So once I came over, it was just things took off from there.
So tell us about your PC group. What just, kind of give a brief description about what the program looks like.
So I had taken over about a year ago, and we had kind of a shuffle of coaches. Like it was a one coach, and then 5 months later it was a different coach. And so I kind of came in and I didn't have a base. Like they were just like, yeah, here's your productivity coaching. Like this is it. This is you. So I had to kind of start at the ground and think about like what I needed as an agent when I first started, and I went from there. So I decided I was going to treat them like my babies, right? Like these guys were going to
Like
be
all
like
the
their
animals you already have over there.
yeah. Because that's what I felt like I needed when I came
Yeah,
in. I just needed someone to like mama bear me and
yeah.
tell me all the tough things, tell me that you love me, tell me I'm gonna be great, but don't sugarcoat it.
Guide me.
So that's yeah, I just started reaching out to all of them, and asking them, hey, what do you need? And they were like, well, like we really would like one-on-ones, like just to come in and sit down and talk about things. So I was like, great. So that's where I started. I just made sure that I made time for everyone on the roster, initially. And then I
And how many
really
did
got
you
to dig
start
in.
with?
So we started with 15.
Okay. And how many do you
And
have
about
now?
so right now I think we're at 26. Um,
And
so
again,
so
there's
de-
only 100 agents there at the Market Center. So those are
yeah.
great numbers.
Yeah. And some of them are dual career. So I had to work with that. So I have a weekend class and a weekday class, so it can fit anybody's schedule. And I just started asking. I feel like that's really what made the difference. We're like, hey, what do you think you need? And then they'll tell me, and then I'm like, you're right. Like that was something that I needed initially. I needed someone to sit down and just go through the paperwork so I could explain it in a way that wasn't like me being nervous. So I feel like initially there was like I was mama bearing everyone, like I said, and then I learned who who's in it, right? And then I started pouring into the ones that were in it. And they and in turn it made it so our classes were super interactive and fun, and um people wanted to be there. There was like fear of missing out. So now we get a really good turnout. Oh, no. Did I lose you?
And we're
You're
back.
back.
There's some technical difficulties.
I was like, and I'm talking to myself.
We'll cut it together. All right, keep going.
So I really just started to hone in on the people who were showing up. Right. Like, so I figured out what they needed. The ones that were showing up, those are the ones that I started to really pour into the one-on-one. So um I kind of let that filter out the people who were engaged and weren't. And then there was this there was this energy in our PC rooms. The people that wanted to be there were there, and the conversations that happen are super intentional. So when you're there, the value that you're getting. And then I think it created this like little bit of a fear of missing out almost. And I bake sometimes. So like baklava, stuff like that. I feel like food gets me places. So I
Between
was
you
like,
and
I just,
Jess at the office, you guys could probably do a good like blueberry something.
yeah, we're all foodies. So it's perfect. So yeah, I think that just like finding meeting at people where they are, but also still staying on task, is really what makes it like a game changer. I'm part of a ton of different productivity groups, and I think there's no right answer, right? Like it's very geographical. Like your area is your area, and things do blanket, but sometimes you have to be hyper focused on like what's the like overall morale in your community? Like, what does that look like? What are the people that are in that area? How do they function together as a community? And then being like, okay, we function really well when we're like, we're all here for each other. We know we're all here from each other. We don't want you in our faces, but we do want to be like, hey, I need help. And there's 5 people like, hey, I need help. So I just try to foster that. And I think that it's, I think it's proving to be like, it's working, right?
Yeah.
I
And
think.
so you've grown some cappers. Talk about that experience and what activities you guided them to do to become a capper. And if you're new to KW, capping or you're thinking about KW and you come across this episode, when we say capper, what that means is that you have paid the max amount that you are going to pay to Keller Williams for your anniversary year. So, like, let's say Angela's anniversary year is October 1st. Well, October
It is.
1st, is it really? Oh, no kidding.
Yes. Yes.
So, October 1st rolls around. Angela's cap resets. That means she then begins to pay back to Keller Williams. But let's say she pays back that by November 1st. Well, until the next 2026, October 1st, 2026, she no longer is paying. She is getting 100% of her commission for the rest of that year, and then it will reset every October 1st for her. Now, if she doesn't pay in enough money, let's say she only half caps, it's not like she owes the money. It just then resets. It's not like she's now down $7,000 or something. It just resets back to zero, and she will pay off until again she pays off that amount, and then again every year October 1st reset. That was just by chance I picked October 1st. I'm not that I didn't do that much research on Angela to make myself look good.
Like, man, he's good. I just like have it like written. I look like the
Yeah,
October ones.
yeah.
Um,
So what
yeah.
activities were
So,
you guiding them to do?
so it was really about following the models, right? Because that's what works. Like, that's one thing about KW that I think makes it stand apart from every other brokerage is they're like, here, this is how you're successful. If you just do these things, you will get business from it. Like I took bold a couple times, life changing, right? Like I watched my business skyrocket when I started doing the things that they were telling us to do in bold. And bold is like a training, isn't it building life by design?
Yeah,
What
bold
is
is
it?
bold is one of the optional classes that we have at Keller Williams. That's over 7 to 8 weeks, and
Mhm.
it is a weekly course that is brutal. Like it is
Yeah.
tough. It's contacting 100 people a week, but if you do the things in the class, it's hard not to get business. Like if you don't get
Right.
business during bold, you're
You
lying
didn't do
about.
it.
Yeah, you didn't
Yeah.
do it. You didn't do it.
You
So
didn't do
it
it.
really it helps out tremendously. It's not this is my opinion. I would go through Ignite, which is the beginning course before you go through Bold. Ignite is something that the market centers do. That is the crash course. It's just kind of showing you everything, giving you options, and then Bold is really where you implement that at the highest level possible.
So I just started using the techniques that we used at Bold. Like, hey, so this is what our lead gen is going to look like. We're going to get super uncomfortable. We're gonna get comfortable being uncomfortable and get comfortable talking about our business. So we really dug in deep to that. Like, hey, so like if you want business, this is how you get it. And they were like, oh, okay, and just started doing all those things. Like you have to tell people you're in real estate. You have to step out of the box. You can't throw a rock in our area without hitting a real estate agent. Seriously, the little area that we are, we have a ton of agents. Um, So you need to be different. You need to be memorable. Like you need to be human. Not just like a, hey, if you know anybody looking for real estate, buying or selling,
What do you
I'm your
think about
girl.
me
Then,
sometimes? Yeah.
yeah, like no, you need to be like, some of our agents, they were like standing outside and handing things out for Mother's Day. They were standing outside of Home Depot and handing bubbles out to people's kids, like, and just with their little
Hanging
business
bubble. Oh,
cards
like
extra.
bubbles, like blow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't know
Like
what
little
that meant.
wands. Yeah,
Yeah.
like in their hands. They're like, yeah,
Yeah, just blowing bubbles at people. Here's some bubble
that
wrap. You might need it at
that
Home
would be
Depot.
weird. Don't do that. But yeah, just stepping outside the box, and it works, right? Like you get business that way. So really just helping them find their lead gen, that was what helped them take off, and then feeling comfortable in the conversations, because there's a lot of tough conversations that you're having. I mean, you're dealing with people's biggest assets. So there's a lot of emotion that comes up where you need to like separate it and be their voice of reason, their intellect. So just getting them tuned up on that, and then teaching them how to get business. Once you learned how to get business, it's like riding a bicycle. Once you know how to ride a bike, you know how to get to the next place. You just need to keep riding your bike. So that's really, I feel like, um, helped them get so successful. And then just reminding them that the support's always here. Like, no, we never have any of this licked. Real estate's always ever changing. There's always going to be situations that come up and you're like, didn't expect that. And then having a couple people who you can call and say like, hey, I have this weird situation. What do I do here? And get a good group together that you trust and who's going to give you solid advice. And then you're invincible then, kind of, right? Like you have all the tools in your arsenal to be successful. You just have to use them.
Well,
So
thank you so much for coming on the show, Angela. I
yeah,
learned a lot. And again, if
yeah.
you are a PC coach and you're looking to shadow somebody, Angela's a great person to reach out to. Angela, how can people get a hold of you if they want to learn more about you, your program, and what you're doing with the agents?
So I'm on social, Angela Moser, on Facebook and Instagram, and then seller email.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. And we'll be back again next week with another episode, guys. This is going out the day in 5 minutes. We're going to upload this, Angela. So if you are wondering what's going on with the region, we got Cody Gibson coming. As
Yeah.
of yesterday, Canva got released. We are going to do 2 Canva trainings over the next 2 weeks. Look out for those in your market center. And this has been your regional tech trainer, KT. If there's ever anything I can do for your region as far as tech goes, don't hesitate to reach out to me. That's what I'm here for, guys. Angela, thank you again so much for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.